The wind is flapping the temple flag. Tell me, is it the wind that moves or the flag that moves?
I would not tell you.
Okay!
What is the meaning of Chokei's words? He seems to observe Why are you here?
Everywhere.
Okay.
You leave no stone unturned to explore profundity. Simply look into your true nature. Now, tell me, at just this moment, where is your true nature?
Nowhere.
Okay.
A monk asked Ganto, how about when arising and vanishing are ceaseless? Ganto scolded, saying, who is this arising and vanishing? What do you say?
No one.
Okay.
This mind is fundamental, pure, and boundless. Yet, beings are caught in the suffering of conditioned mind. How will you free them? Okay.
exploring the deep cave. Bright firefly illuminates. The flowering gate opens up, welcoming all.
No fear. No fear. Jacob, we have known each other a long time. I still remember when you first came to the Zen Center for the Healing Breath course, which was the predecessor what we now offer as deep presence. It was January 21st, 1997, Mandala Day, and just 3 months after our official opening in this, our new home. Here at the intersection of Onondaga Creek and Seneca Trail. At that first meeting, we felt an instantaneous coming together of this one mind. And ever since, you've devoted yourself to this practice, attending session here and at Daibusatsu Zendo, participating in our Hakuin pilgrimage to Japan in 2003, and in all major ceremonies and events at Hoenji. But the small daily things are what have led to this moment. I took note over the years of your caring, conscientious, dedicated spirit as you met every Dharma challenge with me in the Doksan room and in group formats like the intensive training program, giving talks after I authorized you as a lay Dharma teacher, mentoring beginners here and at your home Zendo. You were eager to learn every detail of correct form, upholding the traditions of the Rinzai school, yet being responsive, flexible, welcoming, and encouraging to those just starting on this path. I received an email from Muken, Mark Barber Sensei, just the other day. He began his practice here and is now leading Kese at Daibusatsu Zendo. He wrote, I trust that spring session was bright and beautiful and filled with the spirit of transformation that arrives with spring. I had hoped to join you, but unfortunately it ended up falling on the same weekend as our April Introduction to Zen weekend at DBZ. Although I missed being with the Hoenji family, we had a deep and moving experience up here on the mountain. 2 Syracuse students joined us, and everyone was able to feel truly alive in the Dharma. I wanted to congratulate you on the Dharma transmission ceremony for Jika Sensei. She has always been such a warm and inspirational presence at Hoenji and has played a big role in my own life. There is no doubt that she will carry on this lamp of Dharma gracefully and seamlessly. I had hoped, too, to be present at the ceremony this Sunday. However, I am hosting a 4-day Zen cooking workshop at DBZ, which I must have scheduled before I knew the date of the transmission ceremony. Regrettable, but it is precisely because of the example that you and Jika Sensei have set through your tireless efforts that I am able to make such an offering, and that we have a monastery in which to hold it. I wish for this weekend course to be an offering, not only to the participants, but to you and all assembled at Hoenji for this auspicious occasion. This Dharma transmission ceremony represents a promise already fulfilled by the activity of all who offer themselves to this practice without reservation. Thank you for making it possible. Jika, you have been, as Muken said, an important mentor for the Hoenji Sangha, manifesting courage and patience as you've come through difficult surgeries and extending your compassionate support to those who are in declining health and who are passing on. You have modeled what it means to be a loving and inspiring family member. Your spiritual practice infuses whatever you do, whether it's playing the piano or responding to your children's and grandchildren's wonder and creativity. You and Walter have designed innovative programs and have helped the Zen Center grow and become a stable, respected presence in this community. Nearly 2,600 years ago, Shakyamuni Buddha stood before the assembly and silently held out a flower. Mahakashapa smiled at that smiling flower. The first transmission occurred smile to smile, flower to flower. At your Jukai ceremony in 2002, I gave you the Dharma name Jika, compassion flowering. At my Shitsugo in 2008, Edo Shimano Roshi gave me the Roshi room name Shinge, heart-mind flowering. Ka, ge, same kanji. And here we are, smiling and flowering as one. On this rain-saturated, blossoming spring day, in the presence of my first Dharma air at the Zen Studies Society, Kigan Kutsu Dokuro Jeiko Roshi, in the presence of our founding member of the Zen Center of Syracuse, Nikyu Robert Strickland, and in the presence of all the Sangha family members and friends gathered here, you are taking your place in Rinzai Zen lineage that reaches back to Shakyamuni Buddha. In recognition of your devotion to the Dharma, your depth of insight, and your integrity, as well as your astute mentorship at the Zen Center of Syracuse and in the wider community. I am giving you the title Sheep after your name. The sheep of teacher, which can lead with sincere aspiration to the full yet empty title of Roshi. Jikashi, I am now presenting you with a scroll of our lineage and a scroll proclaiming that just as a garden is never finished, this is never finished.
Bobaku's Partakers of Brewer's Grain. Engo's Introduction. The Buddha's supreme power is wholly within his grasp. All the souls and all the spirits of heaven and earth are under his command. Even his casual words and sayings amaze the masses and arouse the crowds. His every gesture and action remove the sufferer's chains and knock off their konjes. That's the restricting wooden collar around their neck. If a transcendent man appears, the Buddha meets him with transcendent principle. Who can ever be so wonderful? If you want to understand the secret, see the following. Main subject. Obaku addressed the assembly and said, "You are all partakers of brewer's grain. If you go on studying Zen like that, you will never finish it. Do you know that in all the land of Tang there is no Zen teacher?" Then a monk came forward and said, "But surely there are those who teach disciples and preside over assemblies. What about that?" Obaku said, "I do not say that there is no Zen, but there is no Zen teacher." Secho's verse, commanding his way of teaching, but he made it no point of merit. Seated majestically over the whole land, he distinguished the dragon from the snake. Emperor Taichu once encountered him and thrice fell into his clutches. To Shinge Roshi, my teacher for over 28 years. It's been quite a journey. It's an extraordinary journey. And my deepest thanks, I bow to your endless vow. To Chigan Roshi, I so appreciate your vow as abbot, your strong leadership for Zen Studies Society. Thank you. To the Sangha here, always encouraging a home family, thank you. To my family and dear friends, always supporting, thank you. So I feel very humbled. I'm so appreciative of everyone with this gracious support. Support is really big because this practice takes a lot of time. And to have a spouse who supports it, it's really a special thing. So here we are. I'd like to relate my thoughts after meeting with Roshi the day I bowed to her offer of transmission. As I drove down the driveway to go home, I had to stop short at the end of the driveway. It so struck me how this seed is in everyone. And if they cultivate it through practice, they can't miss going deeper. So it's such an opportunity for everyone. And it really struck me. I started with one class. I drove my children to school, and it was Tuesday mornings. And I always said, we've got to leave on time because these people start on time. I remember reading, the first time I read the Zen saying, 30 more years. It just made me smile. I thought, 30 more years to do what? To learn it? To understand it? I don't know. I didn't know then that it matures into a life practice, way beyond a class. And now for me, it's been over 28 years. So who would have known that? I'm almost up to the 30. So it's just so wonderful for me to know that everyone has this available to them. So there's nothing special about me. There's no rank in this. I'm just another Zen student practicing with Shinge Roshi and this dedicated Sangha. So I continue to be the most excited about pointing the way for others, answering their inquiries, sometimes meeting them in the car because they're a little anxious to come in, quelling their fears, and leading meditations. I know that once a person has their first experience, it never leaves them. Even if they don't practice, it may happen years later, but that seed is there. As a membership chairman, I'm often asked, how long will it take me to feel like you? And the Dalai Lama spoke about this too. He said people ask him, well, how many weeks do I need? Like one class? Do I have to take it for 2 weeks? And it's kind of a Western thing to think you take a class or practice something and then you master it. And this is a practice that you never finish. It just keeps going deeper. It's a practice of letting go of outcomes. No finish line, nothing to achieve, nothing to get, because it's already here. We do it so our body can experience that it's already here. Many people don't believe it. So we have nothing to do but breathe in, breathe out, staying in this one moment, not thoughts of the past or projecting the future. We just sit here and breathe. I recently saw this referred to as the owner of a dog. Sit, stay. That's what we do. Or Nike's, just do it. Teachers can only point the way, and Shinge Roshi has given us the greatest example of letting go of outcomes. She was asked at a very difficult time to take over the abbotship of DBZ and New York Zendo, plus being here. It was a tough time, but she took it on, because in Zen practice, you do the one thing that's in front of you. If it needs to be done, you do it. So Zen is really just an action. It's an action in every moment. So what a great example. So what we call a teacher is just pointing to helping break down these barriers that keep us from realizing our own true nature, that it's already in here. No teacher can give you that. It's not intellectual. You can't get it from a book, although books are inspiring. It has to be your physical body. So we carry this seed, and our practice is the cultivation of this seed. It makes me think of our daughter Lily's wonderful garden. Cultivation is what makes it possible for that seed to push through. The little seed breaking through the ground, maturing and blooming. So in periods when we abandon our practice or our garden, it doesn't look too good. But then we come back to it when we can, and we can always return when the time is right. Soen Nakagawa Roshi, he's one of my favorite of the ancestral teachers. He wrote on Buddha's birthday in 1946, "All beings are flowers, blooming in a flowering universe." So many people who can't believe this seed is within them, they have stones and roots and impediments, the yoke around their neck. And they've come to define themselves in certain ways that they think are set in stone. And only persistence with the practice helps you break through that. And there's no timeline to that. And questioning is a big part of our practice, always questioning. Like, who are we? And like, do we define ourselves by our job or by anything? And we don't stop practice when we meet some dug-in root that's tough to get through. We don't stop when we think it should be otherwise. My first big opening was in my second session, hearing words from the Diamond Sutra that were read by Myogen's, where is he? Myogen's father, Saigyo Terikinen. He did the most beautiful reading, and one sentence just knocked me out. And it was, if the mind depends on anything, it has no sure haven. So we can't depend on anything like being understood to be happy. Often our fragile happiness depends on things happening a certain way, the way we want them to happen. Chigan Roshi once said, "Don't hold on to actions that were taken against us. Learn to be grateful, thankful for each other's existence. Mizumi Roshi, when asked the point of practice, answered, to appreciate your life, that means all of your life. So the practice shows us that there is something else, a happiness that's not dependent on circumstances. And this path is the way to find it. Another comfort for me was finally realizing that nothing is set in stone. Everything changes every moment. This is so freeing. Health changes. Relationships change. People think that I need this, but who is this I who needs this? All those realizations relieve suffering and bring you to a place of equanimity. Early on in the practice, it helped me realize that the way I was brought up was right and wrong, best and not best, and realizing that someone else, maybe someone you live with, doesn't have that same background, doesn't have the same answer, and realizing yours isn't the one. There isn't one. So every person has their own karma, and who are we to judge? I love this comparison to a mirror. Shodo Harada Roshi encouraged us to be a mirror. Just reflect. Don't judge. When we can wait to be asked if someone wants our opinion, otherwise we're just this mirror. And a person can look at you and see themselves. They can see their own inner spirit. But it has to be our own experience. Buddha said, don't put anyone's head above your own. So today, this is kind of like a Sangha garden here. Many seeds growing to fruition, and I appreciate everyone's support through all these years, especially when I couldn't be here in person, which has been a long time. It started with COVID and then surgeries, of which I had a bunch. So I was on Zoom, but I wasn't a visible presence here. And having people's understanding of that is really a great thing. Once I was in Doksan with Edo Roshi at DBZ, and I told him I wanted to be a bridge for others. And he said, we need bridges. I found out bridges are his favorite thing. And then I said I wanted to practice towards being a Dharma teacher. And he said, must be the best teacher you can be. So here, I'm just feeling overwhelming appreciation for everybody and excited about continuing this bridge work. And know that this moment gives me an opportunity myself to deepen my practice. And most importantly, to requite what's been passed down by my teacher and the teachers before her. So this is a koan for me, very much like my Jukai name was. It's something you are, but something you continue to grow into. I can take heart in the words of Chigan Roshi's New Year's message for this year, the year of the snake. He said, the snake symbolizes transformation, insight, and wisdom. May this be a year of Sangha growth and new beginnings. Trust yourself, trust the Dharma and the path of the Bodhisattva. May we greet what lies ahead with unwavering curiosity and care. So this speaks to my journey. I look forward to what I know will be continued support. And may we continue to nurture and cultivate each other. So now, as part of this solemn ceremony, We have a special edition of a piece of music offered by my son, Dokyo Paul, and his partner, Alan Pearson. Alan has served generations of family in Syracuse, and his grandmother was active in building the interfaith community at Hendricks Chapel. And she donated the chapel that Hohenji teaches in. The piece they plan to do is by their close friend, Meredith Monk. She's a longtime student of Pema Chodron, and her compositions are often informed by her practice. Thus, this offering was thoughtfully chosen for this occasion. It's an excerpt from a piece called Choosing Companions.
Namo